Hey guys, welcome back to ShannieSays, and if you're new, welcome and thank you for clicking on this video. Initially, I was not going to share this experience. I don't know, I just wasn't going to share it, but then I gave it some thought and I also reminded myself of what my channel was all about. ShannieSays is about learning how to be an adult, sharing tips, tricks, whatever, getting through life successfully together. And as we become adults, some of us venture into the whole world of beauty products. And I figured, why not share my experience, why not share my story, why not share my testimony, so that I can be of help to someone out there who is not aware of all of this. So I just recently learned that beauty and skincare products expired. Now, before you come for me in the comments, just know that I am fairly new to the whole makeup and skincare and beauty world. So it never really crossed my mind, honestly, especially because some of the products that I have, I don't see any expiration dates on them, so I just never gave a thought. So a few weeks ago, I wanted to record a video because I was on this good schedule of recording videos before time, just making sure that my videos were already up and scheduled and I don't have to do too much work and do things last minute. So I decided to get up early, take my time, and I wanted to actually put on makeup because I don't usually wear makeup or a lot of makeup on my channel either. So I was like, you know what, I feel different today. I want to put on my makeup. I took my time, I did it, and it came out really well, guys. It came out really well. Like, I was feeling myself. I was like, oh my god, I did this. Like, look at this. So I recorded my video. I took a lot of photos and I was just feeling myself like, yes. I sent the photo to one of my friends who's a makeup artist, and even she was like, yeah, you did a really good job, you know. And then she gave me some pointers on how I could make it better and how I could do the lashes different, because that was my first time putting lashes on. And you know, like, I felt really good. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this makeup go to waste. I'm gonna walk around, let me parade around the house a little bit more, looking all good, looking all delicious and whatever. Maybe 1 to 2 hours after applying the makeup, I'm on my computer and my face starts to itch a bit, and I didn't think anything of it because I don't know about you guys, but I don't wear a lot of makeup. So when I finally have a full face of makeup on, it's like, because I know I have makeup on and I don't want to touch my face or mess it up, my face kind of itches in different random places, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to touch it. Kind of like when I used to get relaxers on my hair. You know you're about to get a relaxer like the next day, so you can't scratch your scalp or else it's going to irritate and burn. I thought it was a mental thing because you know you can't scratch, it itches. So that's kind of what I thought was just happening with my face at first. And then the itching got a bit intense. So I was like, hold on. I was like, no, this ain't normal. My face is really itching. I really started to feel underneath my eyes where it felt puffy, you know, like almost swollen, puffy kind of thing. So I, you know, went to the mirror. When I went to the mirror, y'all, whatever was going on with my face, you could see it through the makeup. And in that moment, I was just like, I don't know, I've never experienced anything like this before, so I've never experienced any allergic reactions, nothing. So I was just looking at my face like, holy crap, let me take a photo of this, let me make sure, because I thought I was freaking out, y'all. I was like, let me look at this good in the mirror, let me take a photo of this, let me make sure. I zoomed in the photo like, okay, you weren't freaking out, this literally happening. So I rushed and hurry up and got some makeup wipes, and I just taken everything off. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? So now all kind of thoughts running through my mind. They're like, wait a minute, is this an allergic reaction? I never had none before, so I ain't sure if it's an allergic reaction. And if it is an allergic reaction, what am I allergic to? Because I use the same products I always use. I don't even have a lot of makeup products, so I don't even know what the heck going on. And I sitting there thinking like, mother sick. Like my skin was just starting to flourish. Like I was on point with my skincare routine. I was using the scrubs and exfoliator and the face mask, and I was like, I was on point with everything. Everything was flourishing. My skin was like, it was just coming through, you know. So I was like, mother sick, I gotta start it over again. Like, what going on with my skin? Wash my face, and I use Dr. Bronner's because I'm like, I can't put no other chemicals on because I don't know what's going on, so let me use something natural. I wash my face at least 3 to 4 times. and my face still was itching, like it still was just itching, and it was getting red. And I realized after a while, like it started to it just, I don't know, my whole body, everything just started to feel weird, and I was like internally freaking out but trying to stay calm on the outside. Call my nephew in the room, Vante. He doesn't know anything about makeup, but he's a pretty intelligent young man who's very rational and logical and everything. And you know, I said, let me bring another brain up in this so we can figure out what's going on with me. He look at me like, whoa, you know, like, what did you do? Like, you do something different? What you put on your face that was different? The only two things that I did differently was I put on eyelashes, but that kind of ruled that out a little bit because my eyes weren't red, my eyes weren't puffy or anything like that. And I've seen where persons were like allergic to like the glue and stuff like that. Those things happen to them. That wasn't happening to me. So I was like, maybe it ain't that. And then the next thing was my moisturizer. I was like, this is a moisturizer I had for a while, and I love this moisturizer. However, I ain't used it in a long time because I couldn't find it. That was another like new thing that I did, but in my brain at the time it wasn't new. So at this point, he googling stuff as I talking to try to let's figure it out, and my whole body and skin itching and my skin crawling and stuff, and I like scratching. He like, stop scratching. I like okay, and I still like trying not to scratch, but I scratch it, and I'm like freaking myself out. Like everything just feels so nasty. So I like legit I went back, I looked by the mirror, I look in the mirror, and y'all, it started spreading. It started spreading. My face, it looked so wrinkly and old, and it was getting like red and darkish, and I there like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? And then I started seeing it like hives or whatever. My skin on my arms and my shoulders and my neck was getting red, and the hives was appearing, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Lord help me. At this point now, I'm more than freaking out. I legit like tearing up, and I hyperventilating, and he like, babe, calm down. So in Googling, we found out beauty products do expire, and obviously I had the moisturizer for a long time, especially because I couldn't find it for a while. So because we now knew what the problem was, we here now Googling trying to figure out how to solve this. I need natural stuff. Let me see what natural stuff I got. I have African black soap. Google that and tell me if that is doing anything with allergic reactions. So we Googled that. Then we found out that oatmeal helps, but we not know oatmeal, you know, like these things help to like soothe the itching and the irritation of your skin and everything. So I like, oh crap, I ain't got no oatmeal, but I have my African black soap, so I can use that. And then I say, oh, I have apple cider vinegar, so let me see if that could help. And it was like, yeah, it could help with it and all that bacteria and whatever. You know, apple cider vinegar is like the OG, good for almost just about everything, right? So man, I was like, go get me a glass of water, So he gonna bring me this tall glass of water. And I take the apple cider vinegar and I pour that in there, and I drink it, y'all. When I tell you, that was the most disgusting. I really don't like the scent of it. And I remember saying before, oh, people just drink this. I would never. Well, who you think was gulping that down? When I tell you, that was disgusting. That smelled so bad, it tastes so bad that I felt like I wanted to vomit, y'all. Like, it was like, I was like, oh my god, this is not happening to me. This can't be happening. I don't want to go to the doctor because, like, what if someone out there get the Rona, you know, and I catch it or something? I've been doing so good. I've been staying inside. I've been going nowhere. I've been ordering everything online, my grocery and everything. I ain't come with the host. Lord, I was doing so good. Why is this happening to me? So I here trying my best to like drink this apple cider vinegar water, and it's so disgusting. And I like, oh god, I look like I was dying. I feel like I was dying. I was like, oh, I itching. So I itching, and I trying to drink this down, and I like, Lord, let this work. And I was like, I need motivation. I can't drink this. This tastes bad, this smell bad, I need some motivation. So one day he gone and put on Beyonce, Who Run the World. Girls, he's like, don't take no sips, you gotta gulp it down. He said gulp it down. Every time the beat drop, take a gulp. Y'all are funny now, but it wasn't funny when this is happening. So now this, so So now at this point, I already messaged my boyfriend and I tell him, you know, what's going on. I have an allergic reaction. He on his side tripping out like, you have the histol, you have Benadryl, you got cream, what you want me bring? You want me bring you something? What you want me bring? And I say, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Bring everything. I die and bring everything, bring whatever. I can hold it down on this side with the natural stuff. Like, I legit freaking myself out. I went in the tub. What I did was I like sudsy up myself from my face, like under here, not really on top here, but like under here where all that was happening, straight down to my toes. I sudsy up with the African black soap and I let it dry into my skin. Like, I didn't have the shower running or anything, so I just let it dry into my skin. And then every time it dry, I would sudsy it up again, let it dry, sudsy it up again, and rub it in, let it dry. Then I would rinse it off with lukewarm water. I did that like 2 or 3 times. And then after that, I took the apple cider vinegar, y'all, and I was pouring at my hand. I was like, whoosh. I poured at my hand, whoosh. I poured it all over my body, like from here straight down to my toe. Full apple cider vinegar right up. I stand up in that tub. I was so cold, y'all, and I let that dry on my body. And then after that, I wash it off with cool water. And I ain't gonna lie, through this whole process, my skin did feel like heaven. I wasn't itching no more. I had to feel so relieved. I was like, Lord, if I could just stay in the shower, Lord, if I could just touch the hem of your garment. But y'all, when I come out of that tub and I dry off and I look in the mirror, my face, it was back to normal. Oh my gosh, y'all. It was like, yes, Lord, yes, thank you so much. So it went back to normal, y'all. Now my skin, my body and stuff was still red. It still had hives. So that wasn't out of the woods yet. By the time I came out of the tub and everything, my boyfriend had already brought the stuff. So I immediately took the histol. Because you know it's liquid, so it's gonna go into your system a lot quicker. I took the histol and I put cream on all of the parts that had the hives, the red hives and stuff like that. And the itching, I wasn't itching no more. I was relieved. I felt so much better. I was able to calm down and just like take it one step at a time. This was a Wednesday. So with the cream, every time I felt a little bit of itching or I see like redness coming back, I would hurry up and put the cream on it, and it was keeping it, you know, keeping it under control. So for the rest of the night, it went away. I didn't see anymore. I was like, thank God, thank God, thank God. This me naive thinking that's it, like it over, right? No, boo, it wasn't over. It was just beginning. So I woke up the next day, and ever since I did the whole apple cider vinegar thing, my face went back to normal, and it never broke out again. But my body was doing a number. When I woke up, my hands was red and was swollen. Like my right hand was like super swollen. It looked like really, I don't know if you could see it good in the picture, but it was very swollen and numb. And my body didn't have any hives or anything. Parts of it was slightly red, but I wasn't really itching or anything, so I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, maybe this is just an after effect and it's leaving my body and I'm still gonna be good. In the Bahamas right now, we are on a curfew from Monday to Friday, and then from Friday night to Monday morning, we are on a complete lockdown. Like, you can't leave your house. Because the cream was working, I figured if I just keep doing what I'm doing, I could be good. So I wanted to have the histol, the Benadryl, and the cream to ensure that I had enough for the weekend to see how things go and to treat myself. Okay, so I know this video is probably hella long already, so I won't go into the day-by-day details, but I will say that my face, like I said, never broke out again. It never itched, it never got red or anything after that. My body, on the other hand, for the next 4 days, the itching was on and off. The hives, the red hives, was coming and going. It was all over my body, my neck, my shoulders, my arms, especially mostly on my arms, like from here straight down in the back here and stuff like that, on my thighs, the back of my legs, just randomly appearing in different places. So I had a field day trying to keep it under control. What I would do is I stopped taking the histol. I took 1 Benadryl a day, and honestly that had me, I couldn't even do much because it had me so drowsy, and every time I took it, it would knock me out. I would just be sleeping. So I took 1 Benadryl a day. I put the cream on, like I say, whenever I felt itching, I just put the cream on. So I don't even know if I was doing that properly. I was drinking a lot of water, loads of water, to try to flush out my system. The only things I was using on my skin was the Dr. Bronner's soap and the African black soap. I didn't want to use any products to interfere with the medication, and I was already traumatized, to be honest. So my skin was hella dry because all I was doing was using the cream, and I guess the cream was kind of like drying up the hives and stuff as it was like trying to fight it. So my skin was hella dry. I didn't use any lotion, nothing. Like I didn't want to put anything on my face, on my skin, my body, nothing. So that's what I did for the next 4 days. And by the time Sunday came around, I didn't have any breakouts for the whole day, that whole night or anything, but I had already made up in my mind that I was going to go to the doctor first thing Monday morning once the lockdown lifted. So it just was ironic that the day and night before I go to the doctor, nothing happened. I seemed like I already healed, you know. But I said, you ain't about to get me. So I still went to the doctor. And he did confirm that it was an allergic reaction to the moisturizer. I told him that it was expired. I had it for a very long time. And he said it was that. I showed him all of the photos of what was going on with me. And I showed him what I was taking in terms of the medication or the cream or whatever, the pills and stuff like that. He said that was fine. He said eventually it would come out of my body. So they gave me a shot that I had to get a shot in my butt. I so hate needles and I hate shots in my butt. That thing sting. And then he said that it would put me to sleep within like probably 2 hours or so. So I had enough time to go and stop to the pharmacy because he prescribes another cream for me to apply twice a day and some other pills. So just an FYI, I never put any of the creams, the ones that I got from the pharmacy or the ones that the doctor prescribed, I never put any of them on my face because like I said, my face wasn't breaking back out anyways, so I didn't want to touch my face at all. But I did apply it all over my body. And just to clarify, the doctor said even though I didn't put the moisturizer on my body and I only put it on my face, it had already sunken into my pores and got into my system, and that is why my whole body was reacting. Just in case anybody was a little confused as to why my entire body was reacting that way when I only put it on my face. Nobody except for like my immediate family and my small like circle of friends or whatever knew that I was going through this because I had actually pre-recorded a lot, like a bunch of videos and edited them, and I already posted them on YouTube, and I scheduled them to come out once a week. So it's almost like life was just going on as normal. The video before this is actually the day that it happened to me, but like I said, by the time that video went live, I was okay. When I saw the photos or the video, it did kind of trigger me a bit because I was like, oh my god, that's the day when it happened. I'm still not comfortable with putting anything on my face, any makeup or anything. That's gonna take a while for me to get to that point, but for now I'm okay with putting on some lip gloss, a little tinted lip gloss or something, and doing my eyebrow. So that could tell you how traumatized I was. But I just wanted to share my experience and pretty much educate anybody out there who wasn't aware of any of this and the fact that these things do expire. You may be like me and say, oh, I don't wear much makeup, I don't really use these products, so it's gonna last me a very long time. No, make sure you throw things out. After that experience, I went through every single thing I had and I threw things away that I had for too long. I went and I cleaned my makeup brushes thoroughly. Like when I tell you, I went hella mad making sure that everything was clean and I didn't have anything else that could possibly be expired. I went ham on that. So I encourage you guys to do the same thing to avoid this from happening to you. Honestly, it's better to have to repurchase something even if it still has product in it and you may be like, oh my gosh, I'm wasting. It makes more sense to repurchase that than to go through the experience that I went through and also have to pay way more money to go and see a doctor and buy medication and stuff like that to get yourself better. So it's not worth it. It is not worth it. Just throw it away and repurchase it. Do not ask me in the comments which moisturizer it was. I am not going to share that simply because it doesn't matter which moisturizer it was. The whole point is that I had it too long and it expired. I love the moisturizer and I've been using it and nothing happened to me. Once you had something for a very long time after you opened it, once you have it and it expires, the chemicals aren't the same anymore. They don't react the same way. I'm not a chemist, so I can't explain it like in the scientific terms and stuff like that. But just know that it won't work for the purpose that you got it for. Not only does the product not work, once our body absorbs that stuff, it could be very damaging. It could be very dangerous to our health, to our lives. I even read that some people, depending on how their body reacts to things, their throat may actually close up. Because that was one of my fears. I was like, Lord, will my throat close up and will I die? You know, like I was freaking out. If you watched the entire video up until this point, thank you so much. I know it was really long, but I really wanted to make sure I didn't miss out anything important. Like just thinking about my experience still kind of makes my skin crawl and I start to feel like I'm experiencing it all over again. So I just want you guys to be aware, share it with other persons so that they are aware, And if you have ever experienced anything like this before, or you know someone who has experienced this, feel free to leave a comment down below sharing your experience and what you did. I would love to read about it and educate myself on things that I could have done as well. Continue to be safe out there, guys, and I will see you in my next video.